Ooh, we got a tall order this time, Vondia. But first of all, I want to thank you for correcting me on the last video when I was talking about the truth and the lie. You jumped right in. What did I say? I said,
The lie was like the stable is actually the truth.
right, and I had it backwards.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you correcting that for me. Also, first, we was over there watching Legal AF and all these different videos, and I got so excited. I looked up there, I say, you know what? I ain't been on here for 12 days. Well, I did help with your video or vice
Yeah.
versa. So we were still working. We was doing some research because, like I said, I'm not getting up here unless I got some information for you guys. But, Michael Popat, I just want to tell you this, that, you know what, we got to get you 15, we got to get you 15 judges, and we got to reform the Supreme Court because, they didn't already dict us. They still up there making up shit, and we're not going for it. And like I said, the lower courts, and I don't even like calling them the lower courts, that is now the Supreme Court, because you know what? They're not trying to follow the lead and play the start decisis with them. Why should they? No, because they've lost respect for John Roberts, and I don't know if I should even call him Justice John Roberts, but we will carry on because they going talking about some conversion therapy. Had they lost their mind? See, back in our time, we didn't have a Karen Niflo. We didn't have Katie Fang over there doing her thing. We didn't have a Gloria Aldridge. So whatever happened to us, happened to us. But the biggest problem with this is Justice John Roberts. What did he do? He did the what?
The balls and strikes again.
Balls and strikes. But that judgment came way before 1857.
Yep.
And what decision was that?
This Dred Scott decision.
And see, that's what I keep going back to because, I walk around with this lovely chocolate skin of mine. And it's kind of hard when you're walking around and you thinking that no rights, no votes, you're not shit then, you're not shit now. And they waged the war. And that war was a psychological war on status. They didn't get no money, So what happened? They gave him, I'm the better than you syndrome, And they always divide us. They divide black and white. But who takes the biggest advantage of that? Whose biggest fault is it?
The bad billionaires. The bad billionaires.
It's the billionaires.
Not all billionaires, but it's the horrible billionaires.
But I had to just go off on it because with this conversion therapy, they ain't converted no pedophile.
And you can't rehabilitate pedophiles.
Have they converted Kavanaugh?
No, absolutely not.
Have they converted everybody in administration?
No, they're not. As a matter of fact, they're even more selfish.
What about those 600 Republicans that's coming up and they're saying that they might be in the Epstein file?
They ain't converted them. They don't even care.
But yet and still, they holding a case on conversion therapy, which they don't have the expertise in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to pull that case, and they're going to make that case under what?
They made that case under free speech, where it's a mental health.
Now, see, I just want Justice John Roberts to know that that's our side of the chart. And we told you all when we came over here to kind of look around, we figured out that ain't nobody over here normal. I don't know why we over there, but these damn people over here, they definitely ain't normal. How you gonna be normal when you vote the same person in, talking about he's showing transparency? I just want you to know something, Don Lemon. He is off the chain. He been sick. They just don't want to say it like that. But, if he's from the other end of the spectrum where we from, you've been looking at the diagnosis all the time. You don't have an actual diagnosis in front of him. You got books out there. And I said, what? How many books was written on him?
About 300 books so far.
Probably more than that.
Maybe more.
But, baby, it's coming up. But like I said, Justice John Roberts, the Roberts Court, he has stuck his tail to DJT.
Yep.
And so whatever he pulls off, that's his legacy. But that case, and when you said they went and got a case that ain't got nothing to do with the conversion therapy, right?
Yeah, it's about, yeah.
So.
With mental health.
it has to do with mental health, huh?
Yep.
Now, let me tell you, conversion therapy. What harm does conversion therapy do to young children that psychologists and mental health workers agree upon? Now, team DEI or whatever, what do they agree upon? And you got to remember, the Roberts courts are not what?
They're not mental health experts. They're not medical doctors.
So why are they bringing up this case to do what?
The only reason they're the only reason they're bringing up this case so they could destroy mental health and destroy the LGBT community as non-desirable.
Yes, and the person that's bringing the case ain't even got what?
I mean, she is actually licensed, but she don't even have a website.
Okay, so we're gonna say,
and that's a person that actually knows better.
Now, conversion therapy is widely condemned by psychologists and mental health professionals as both harmful and ineffective for young children and adolescents. There is a broad agreement that conversion therapy leads to a range of serious mental health risks for children, including significantly higher rates of depression, anxiety, and committing sideways, attempts compared to peers who do not undergo such practices. Many organizations such as the American Psychiatric Association and the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry have declared that the conversion therapy lacks scientific validity and can cause lasting emotional, psychological, and physical harm. Now, you heard that. So you got the Roberts courts bringing a case from a woman that, the case is going under what?
Under the free speech, which is no free speech. This is about professional conduct, which what they're talking about. 20 states ban conversion therapy. 20 states. If and when it strike down,
we say we hope that it don't.
But we hope that we don't. But under the 6 justices,
Sinister Six, the Sinister Six, who's once again bringing up some bullshit, Popak and Midas Touch, and we all know they're trying to dick us again. We're not going for that dictator shit because we know they making up stuff under their little fake titles of originalists and federalists. So we just letting you all know what they trying to do, because I think they've been up there and they rode so long and they don't think nobody's paying attention, but we paying attention. We understand what they doing, all right? The key harm of conversion therapy, children subjected to conversion therapy are at a much higher risk of attempting sideways, with some studies finding up to 8 times greater risk. Now, they're going to decide a case, put their okay plaque on it, knowing that these kids can, do harm to themselves, upend their life. And they're going to rule in whose favor? See, they all kind of wrong sideways. Okay. These children often experience severe psychological distress, such as depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem, and may suffer from lifelong trauma and sexual dysfunction. Now, who is doing the terror? Who is making another bad Roger B. Taney decision? Because that's all he's done. I said he wasn't no Justice John Marshall. Not making these type of decisions because he's been planning this shit for a long time. Walking across the courts, being Mr. John Boo Boo, but making all these decisions on people's lives. Because you got somebody up there complaining because they want us to live under their umbrella. Okay? They want us to live under their umbrella. Umbrella. Now, substance abuse and social withdrawal are more common outcomes among children exposed to conversion efforts. The sense of family rejection and created or reinforced by these therapies magnifies these harms and can lead to negative coping behaviors such as illegal drugs use and risky sexual conduct. Psychological effects like hypertension and systemic inflammation linked to chronic stress and trauma have also been observed in those who underwent conversion therapy as minors. So we're just telling the Sinister Six and the Roberts Court and Justice John Roberts that if people in their lane professionally, psychologists and the American Psychiatric Association condemn it because it don't work, then why are you coming to? My question is, why is this case coming forth to the Supreme Court to be judged upon? If it don't work, that's just like sending me. I'm a cancer survivor, and you get tired of surviving. You want to kind of go on with your life and live.
Live and thrive.
And I'm trying to live and thrive with what I got. And then somebody comes in and say, Garrett, look, radiation and chemo don't work. What is going to happen is it's going to eat up a lot of your healthy cells, and it's going to really make you sick. And then you're going to be on a raggedy wheel, of what? Taking these drugs, and your chances may not be that great. And these people are not doctors. These people are not in the cover the mental health field, but they're going to decide what these children can have under a fake what?
Under pseudoscience and fake.
Yes, and that case, and it's going to fall under what?
That's going to fall under free speech, Christian Christian nationalism free speech, that is. I mean, it's for white Christian nationalists only. If you're like a Muslim or anybody else, you don't get no religious freedom.
So religious freedom ain't got a damn thing to do with what?
Mental health. Unless it's freedom to cause harm and suicide to children. That's what you're doing.
See, like I said, we're from the opposite end of the spectrum, and we got on our boxing gloves today, and we're fighting for our side. Because I said this shit long time ago. They're up there. They're making decisions. They're doing shadow docket things, and the bottom line, it doesn't work. They passing this down to the lower courts. And why should the lower court be in compliance with the Supreme Court when they don't have respect? That's just it. They making decisions that these judges can't agree with this shit. Conservative, whatever they title or not, they have messed up. And they're trying to take mental health and the medical profession out of the box under false pretenses, under what is it named again, Vaughn?
Under conversion therapy, under pseudoscience, under freedom of speech, which is, again, the First Amendment speaks about against the government. This has nothing to do with the government. This has something to do with a human life, LGBT community. And this is just the first step towards going after black people too. LGBT is just the first step.
Consensus from professional organization, every major medical and mental health organization in the United States, including the American Academy of Pediatrics, American Medical Association, American Psychiatric Association, and the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry condemns conversion therapy, considering it's both scientifically and baseless and dangerous for children and adolescents. These organizations advocate for supporting, affirming care that allows youth to explore their identities without predetermined outcomes or attempts of change. Now you want to know why he got rid of all those agencies and shit. That's why he got rid of agencies, because, once we get rid of the agencies, we'll wipe this off the map. We don't have nobody up there determining, and the judges can't determine because this is not their lane. They're just creating some more bullshit and killing people. I wouldn't want to go to one of them for brain surgery and then they say, well, we're going to bring a case. And they have no knowledge of any of this. These people spend years, these doctors have spent years of their life. And they all, you barely seldom get anybody with all the same playbook and consensus on the same page at the same time in the same playbook. These doctors are saying this shit don't work. And you can't get your administration to work. They don't work. You got Clarence Thomas up there. Have you converted him? Have you converted Kavanaugh? Have you, please?
Or Samuel Alito, the Opus Dei person?
Are you going to convert anybody, that's a pedophile? And that's another dangerous person over on the opposite end of the spectrum. Most psychiatrists, what, Vaughn?
Most psychiatrists wouldn't even study a pedophile. We had one psychiatrist when they were doing like for sex offenders when they locked them up for freedom. After that,
What was his name?
we don't know the name of it, but it was in Rhode Island. And what he did was he resigned because he didn't want to even deal with sex offenders.
Overall, there's a widespread spread and well-documented consensus in the mental health field that conversion therapy for young people is not only ineffective but endangers their mental and physical well-being. So when you go up there and the lady come and state her case, you're gonna take out the mental and the medical health system out. So I'm trying to think, why in the hell, if you're fighting over healthcare, we got one of the lousiest healthcare system that there is.
If you look at the industrial in the United States, we're actually number 69th in the world in terms of healthcare. 69th. Pitiful.
So what mental health symptoms increases and after conversion therapy for minors? Now, I hope the Sinister Six and Justice John Roberts listen to this, because I don't know if they looked this up. They going up there on false pretenses. So exposure to conversion therapy significantly increases several mental health symptoms among minors, and strong evidence from recent studies and national reports. The leading symptoms that are known to worsen include. That's just like psychotropic drugs. You give people Melorib, Thorazine. It ain't gonna help. You putting a bandage on somebody that really need mental health. They need help. Somebody to talk to them.
And some people don't even consider mental health as real. Or even some parents even said, I'd rather have my children die than be homosexual or transgender.
Okay, we're going to get to in conversion therapy. We're looking at depression. Young people who undergo conversion therapy are far more likely to experience persistent depressed mood and related symptoms. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. PTSD symptoms such as flashbacks, hypervigilance, and emotional numbness rise dramatically after conversion therapy, especially when both sexual orientation and gender identity are targeted. And you're targeting these young people, all right, with this dicta case, all right? You dicked us once, you're trying to dict us again, and we don't want to be dick no more because you're messing with people's lives. You done went up there, y'all feeling y'all's power because the Supreme Court didn't have as much power. And now that y'all got y'all's power, y'all sitting up there playing the judge, jury, and executioner. And what's really crazy, a lot of people don't understand, you done took their water rights, you done took their air rights, you done took their food rights, because you took that under what decision, Vaughn?
That was the Chevron decision.
You took that under the Chevron decision. So you saying that you want to control not only the lives, the air we breathe, the food we eat, and what else, Vaughn?
And speech.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. But yet and still, this is the Supreme Court. This is our Supreme Court justice.
Injustice. I call Supreme Court injustice. There is no justices in the Supreme Court except for the three.
Now we're going to go to sideways ideation and attempts. That's all right. We're on YouTube, and they want to. I know they want to change their words, and they can change their words. That's fine. There is a well-documented increase in reported thoughts of sideways and attempted sideways among those exposed to convergent practices. Now I'm reading this for y'all because y'all going up here with that case, and like I said, I'm fighting for my side. Because my boy DJT already messed up the side. Now everybody in real lifetime is watching my man blow up and down. You right. You don't have to sit and just say, well, I think that something may be wrong. It's been wrong from day one. But you know what happened? People, when that shit walked over on the so-called normal side, which wasn't normal, and mainstream media said it was normal, so that's when it got messed up. Because then he drug his false world into reality. And what happened? They going for ratings and can't speak out and taking everybody's rights and saying that this was normal transparency. That ain't no normalcy and transparency. Not if you live on our side of the spectrum. We know damn well what it is. I'm going to move on to internalized homophobia. Minors develop increased feelings of shame and self-hatred about the orientation of identity, undermining self-esteem and overall well-being. Substance abuse. There is a higher likelihood of turning to drugs or alcohol as coping mechanism following these experiences. Co-occurring symptoms. Many minors reports have two or more mental health disorders simultaneously, such as depression, together with PTSD or substance abuse after undergoing conversion therapy. These symptoms can persist for years and have lasting impact of health, resilience, and social functioning. The increase of these specific mental health symptoms is a principal reason conversion therapy is widely condemned and considered unethical by major mental health organizations. But yet and still, the Supreme Court is going to go and decide a case under a different law for free speech and leave these kids hanging out to dry. Hell to the no. This is some shit that needs to be protested because you're
Not out to dry, love to grave, out killing them.
you know, that's basically what they saying. They saying
You have the freedom to kill them. That's what it really is.
You have decided because we don't want to live in your world. If this is what you want to do to your children, go ahead and do it. But if I say I'm going to get help and somebody's sitting there telling me, the doctor sitting there saying this shit don't work, you think I'm going to really go up there and do it?
Mm-mm.
If it don't work, and then, wait, this is the killer right here. As hard as I have fought for my life, then I get, and then get to the age that I am now, and then people say, well, how you doing? Now I got to worry about the Supreme Court deciding my damn life after they ain't went there and had to throw up. They haven't been underneath the toilet. They haven't had to fight. They ain't missing no titties, and the titties don't grow back. I'm letting it all hang out today. They don't grow back. You got them two little knobs up there, and the only person, well, you got the other women up there with breasts. But the bottom line is, the good news about that is when they remove it, no disrespect to the Cancer Society, just letting y'all know that we do have lungs, and we do have livers, and we do have things in our body that do regenerate. I'm not a damn lizard, and I don't feel like the Supreme Court should be making these decisions on our life. You done took everything. You let DJT run amok.
And you're begging for a revolution. That's what you're doing.
No, and they already doing that in Chicago. All they doing is going from place to place to see whose hair they can get under to start an internal war. Everybody see it. But the point is, when did it get to the point that the Supreme Court decide our lives? Because they got problems in the Senate. They got over 600 allegedly Republicans that's supposed to be what?
They're supposed to be street. They're down low. They're gay themselves.
Okay, so are you gonna conversion therapy those 600 people? Are you gonna give conversion therapy to people that was in the Epstein file? What the hell is in that file that the people that started this started this what is it, Woo?
Started this one.
Theory. Yeah.
Conversion therapy.
Yes. No, started this, when somebody makes something up. And basically, this is for the Republicans and MAGA. This is their deal. And you won't even give them, you won't even let them see the papers.
Yeah, there's a conspiracy theory on Jeffrey Epstein.
It's a conspiracy theory. And now they can't even get a hold of what they need to see because this shit has been taken away from them. They done spent all these years. And like I told you, hey, cancer's we don't have all that time. I'm not trying to play into y'all's made up shit.
It's horrible. It's
because you're taking every case that you've got and put it up under something else in the Constitution that don't even relate to these people, and this could kill these kids. And I'm just saying, I got a lot of skin in the game because I've lost people in COVID. Crazy ass decisions were made of that, and those people are gone. Decisions made with DJT, and look at all the stuff that's happening, and you didn't reel him in, and then you expect for the lower courts to agree with y'all shit. Hey, these people can think for themselves, and they tired of getting sticky notes. They tired of getting, and you know what, Midas Touch, I appreciate you, Mark Elias, Legal AF, Michael Popak. I appreciate y'all handing those books out there to me, because I'm going to read it, because I told y'all I'm not coming up here without some information. Y'all attorneys, we know how this works. We know how this works, and this is some terrible ass shit. My concern is the media is not gonna do anything, and the mainstream media has failed us terribly, failed to get the truth. That's all. And taking a lot of lies. And I want to see on the books what if I'm not here, I want my kids to know who took these kids out the box. It was Justice Roberts and the Sinister Six. Who's the Sinister Six, Woody?
The Sinister Six is Justice Roberts, Amy Coney Burnett, Neil Gorsuch, Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito.
Did we get them all? Did Gorsuch? You say Gorsuch?
Yeah, I said Neil Gorsuch.
Okay, and Amy Coney Barrett. Ain't that what her name?
Yeah, Amy Coney Burnett. Justice Brett Kavanaugh.
And this is what you left the women. This is the medical treatment that you gave the women. But yet and still you want to get up in arms about your little shit when you went on Fox News and you didn't bring your coat hanger, but this is all you left us. This is all you left us. I didn't want to live this shit again. I really didn't. And I got to witness all this again. And now, no matter who goes up there for chronic kidney disease, who goes up there for cancer, who goes up there for heart disease, the Supreme Court is so supreme that they're deciding people's lives because of what?
Because of free speech. And a lot of people
because of free speech. You mean to tell me I get this far in my treatment, and then the shit goes up to the Supreme Court, a fucking made up case, and then they deciding people's life on not what it should be decided on because somebody's pissed off and don't like what? LGBT, DEI, and because of somebody decided in a black robe that, hey, I want to live in the past. Well, it's 2025 and we don't want to live in the past. You scream about modern technology, but none of these people up there, except for three, is with in this moment in time in 2025. Now, this is a damn shame. And it's just gotten ridiculous. And people need to see what y'all doing.
And they talk about it in terms of parents' rights. And a lot of the people and here's the thing I say, if you have LGBT community kids, and you're doing conversion therapy, a lot of these people that scream parents' right don't deserve to be parents in the first place. I got into arguments with that, heated arguments with even one of the other groups when they were medicating their kids on SPD.
Yeah,
it was argument on that.
Yeah, but the thing is,
they don't need to be parents.
The argument is this: a lot of our children, and we don't say disabled. We don't use the word disabled because what we use on our side of the spectrum. We say people with extraordinary minds, unique abilities, and a multifaceted
we
learning
just think
style.
Differently, and we think outside the box. That is not a disability.
And that's no reason for nobody to be locked up, thrown out their school, have machines on their head, because, hey, you got a crew up there that's Asperger, which is who?
Which is the Elon Musk, the Zuckerbergs, the
Elon
highlighted those guys, high functioning people, and when they're bullied, what happens is we're living in the revenge of the nerds.
So the bottom line is, you got them on that side of the spectrum, and they got these extraordinary minds. They think different. Zuckerberg went out there and made him a playground because he couldn't make friends in school. His mama was a psychiatrist, his daddy an engineer, I think. But he made billions of dollars. Elon is have well he medicated. We ain't that's another
Kelman.
that's another story another day. But he also has one of those. Are you gonna convert them too? Because if you're gonna pull a case up there, if you're gonna pull this shit again, then don't DJT need to be? Because I'm still waiting on his.
And the psychiatrist that did this, that did to the Supreme Court, that did this, she needs to be disbarred in the first place. She needs to be fired
When
for
she
this.
everybody has came to agreement that this shit will kill these kids. This will hurt these kids. But yet and still, it's going toward the Supreme Court. And the justice is going to sit there and judge it. When you aren't doctors, this isn't your lane at all. Nor is what, Vaughn? Nor is making these decisions, coming out, saying that we want control.
Yeah, they want control. That's what they want.
The biggest thing for a lot of people that don't realize this is that to control a human life is very powerful. Because once you control that life, you control their pocketbook. You're going to give them a purse biopsy. That's what you're going to give. Because you're going to take everything they got. Even from the executive, what was that?
The executive.
Humphrey's executive, to letting this person decide that they can fire anybody they want, and you all looking at this retribution tour. And by the way, God don't go on a retribution tour, so that should let you know right now, Christian nationalists, that something's up with this. Because I don't care what religion you claim, Jehovah Witness, I ain't never seen nobody come out and just straight up gonna from Letitia James to Comey to
John Bolton.
But that's crazy.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, why are they gonna convert the Christian and nationalists? Because they backing the pedophile too. The papers ain't came out. That's all Nick Fuentes and
Charlie Kirk, Nick Fuentes,
Margie Taylor. That's all they want to see. Give us the proof. Give us the paper. Who is the deep state? Now they sitting over there thinking, wait a minute. We went through all this shit, and we got a judge blocking shit, doing shadow dockets, making up bullshit, dictating us, and now passing it down to the lower courts. Got to go back to the Supreme Court, but they can go in through the back door and say, we ain't Kavanaugh's papers. We ain't got to explain nothing to you. Well, I sure hope, Kavanaugh, you don't get nothing, because they haven't healed you yet either. Mitch McConnell, did he want him up there?
No, he did. He wanted Amy Coney Barrett over Kavanaugh.
And then what did she do to women? But yet and still, you all got to be held accountable. You all got to be held accountable. I'm going to put it out there. Y'all got to be held accountable, because you're killing everything. You're killing all the kids. You're killing, we watched the killing of them in gun violence. You didn't do nothing about that. We watched, from COVID, we watched all these decisions that the Supreme Court has control over. Congress could come forth, like the lady say, my kid's gonna die. What's the use of going to the doctor when all of this is shut down? And what? Congress ain't doing their job. They could step in there and say, give up the papers. Give the papers up. These women have suffered. But no, they got, they got to hide, because they all in them papers. They in them papers too. Convert that. They in the papers. You ain't gonna make me think that they not in the papers. So I think this is just ridiculous. Because somebody decided, and not decide on what actually is going on. A case that's free speech ain't got nothing to do with this.
Free speech is about the government. That's all it just is. It may not save you from an ass whooping, but a free speech is about speech against the government. This is professional conduct.
Well, okay. So we saw now it says, how does conversion therapy affect sideways risk among LGBTQ plus. Now, I hope you in your black robe tonight listening to this, because you need to listen to this. Now, regardless of what their alphabet number is, there's still human life, and you all have no respect for a human life. You didn't let us know
Unless if they're right.
because money dogs, money dogs manipulate, psychologically manipulate the white and the black side, keep them divided. Because I had a girlfriend tell me, even though you're black, I'm still better than you. Jigger, you lost your mind, okay? Jigger, you have lost your mind. Why are you better than me? Because that's the way they have set it up. They didn't give them riches. They didn't give them, you know, they're not on the billionaires level. And so we lower than them, so they got status. That's the key. We're going to give you status over black people. So no matter, I don't care if you poor white trash, you're going to always be better than them because of your skin. Now they're finding out, oh, maybe that ain't so true, because they done brought the billionaire boys, the robber barons in. And the robber barons going with, if you notice all of them, they immigrants. Why come they ain't being arrested? They all immigrant billionaires, but you know what? They got money, and they feel like they can do whatever the hell they want. And the bottom line is, they better. How did they get to the point that all the billionaires, immigrants is running the United States of America? But yet everybody else is DEI and they got taken out the box. And my black skin ain't going nowhere. And we got people out there saying, oh, we got a government shutdown. Oh, yeah, you got a government shutdown because, well, guess what? You better than me. So, white people, time for y'all to step up. Y'all got to step up, because we've been going through this shit for years. For years and years.
And now you need to be in the front lines. It's your turn to be in the front lines, because we've been in the front lines for a long time.
And that's
done. We're done.
No, we're not done. We're not done. No, we're not. Because everybody counts this time. Our democracy is on the line. And when you say we're done, no. Because I don't want to go to, somebody's podcast and say they done and they ain't gonna vote, because it sinks us. All of us are suffering. All of us are suffering from the shutdown. Not just white, not just black, not just immigrants. The whole nation is suffering, and the billionaires is doing their thing because they cool. The courts have decided, I want my grandbaby children to know who did this. This falls on Congress head. This falls on John Roberts' head. If you got a lady sitting there,
the Republicans in Congress head.
If this lady say, my husband was in the military, in the military and served two tours, and I got kids that's fragile at death's doorway, and you got the Roberts courts up there deciding whether you going to heaven or hell. What the? But anyway, let me continue. Now, convergent therapy significantly increases sideways risk among LGBT individuals. Studies show that those subjected to convergent therapy practices are more likely to experience depression, post-trauma stress, and sideways ideation. For example, LGBTQ youth who underwent convergent therapy are more than twice as likely to have attempted sideways, with increased rates of substance abuse, self-harm, and other negative mental health outcomes. Transgenders, youth exposed to convergent therapy, face a 55% higher likelihood of sideways attempt. That's okay. Sideways attempt, especially if exposure happens at a young age, 11 to 14. Additionally, about 27% of LGBTQ youth with convergent therapy experienced reported sideways attempts in the past year. Convergent therapy harms also includes social withdrawal, loss of self-esteem, and increased feelings of shame and hopelessness, underscoring the urgent need for supportive, affirming environments for LGBTQ to LGBTQ people. Now, what did we see during COVID? We had a shutdown. And when people came out of that shutdown, it was horrible. And we lost a lot of people. And people didn't step up to the plate. People didn't say, this person over here is responsible for all these deaths. No, they rolled by. While us had to go to the cemetery I don't know how many times, and it's not a normal day. Death shouldn't have been normalized like it was, but death was normalized.
And not only death, but isolation as well.
Isolation is the kiss of death, and every psychiatrist out there know I'm speaking the Holy Ghost truth. I'm not real religious, but you can take a devil in a tutu if you want to. But in the meantime, this is for our community. This is about mental health. And what the Supreme Court and Justice John Roberts is saying is when we go up there and make that decision, we're making that decision based on what? Isolating more people.
Isolating more
producing
people.
More mental health.
And destroying mental health to add more mental health problems.
You're not giving out solution. Congress is not giving out solution.
They're making problems worse. They're actually doing more than just making the problem worse. They're creating it.
And if you think Marjorie Taylor Greene, she done switched sides, maybe because she realized I'm not gonna get elected. Y'all crazy, because once we go back and the checks don't come, we're none of us gonna get elected. None of us. You see y'all losing in other states. You sit up there and lick people's boots and kiss people's ass and look what you, and the people like woke. They more than woke. They out there protesting. They ain't playing. They're not playing. And our voices have to be loud. We have to be loud because, like Katie Fang doing her thing, she said we got to get together and help. We got to help each other. Because this was Congress' big nasty ass bill.
This is the Republican Congress nasty bill.
Now, somebody already allegedly, my boy from Kansas City, Missouri, what's his name?
Josh Hawley, the senator from Missouri. He might be gay.
I want to know who all is gay, who all was in the Epstein file, what the Supreme Court is hiding. I want to see it all. Your draws and everything else. I want it all. Nuts, balls, and all, y'all. That's what I want to see. But what's really pissing me off is you all pulling out shit out of the Constitution that don't relate to the case, and then think we're going to buy. We're done buying that shit. The lower courts are done. It's time for them to go buck wild. These people in the lower courts are highly respected. They got minds. Why should they follow your lead?
And they have reputations too. They have their integrity and their reputations with it.
Yes. And what you're doing is pulling them down. And not only that, with the decision that the Justice Court, the Sinister Six and Justice John Roberts made, has what? Got judges hurt, killed, piece of boxes delivered to them. Did you think about all that? Did you actually think that when you made these decisions, they're going to come after you too? Because what people fail to learn, no matter what you do for this person, you're going to get taken out. You all are humiliation tools. We seen Rubio over there kissing the wall. Can y'all convert him back to who he was before he got this job? All these people are going down. And you know what? That mirror that DJT held up, he showed all of y'all who y'all really were. He showed the courts. He showed the religion. He brought it all. How you going to have a religion? That's my question. How you going to have this type of religion and be stuck to pedophiles and go in there and say 22 Hail Marys or whatever y'all say? How does that work?
It doesn't. It don't make no sense. I'm not making any sense of it at all.
DJT wouldn't even hold the Bible. And the only person I know that they really talked about, religious person, was Charlie Kirk. And
Charlie Kirk was starting to have some questions about his beliefs before he died too.
And now everybody over there fighting because they thinking, shit, they trying to take all of us out. When the young lady Owens come out there, it's like, okay, you want to take me out? I got some tickets. I'm showing my receipts because y'all coming after everybody. This is horrible. You're jeopardizing everybody's life. This is what you do with your power. You starve people. You kill our kids. You groom them. You take advantage of them when they little kids. But you're great. You're supreme. Really?
No. Nothing
Okay.
supreme about them.
And Mark Elias, you know what? I love the books that y'all tell me to read because, like I said, I'm not coming up here with, no, with my head between my legs sniffing my puss. And I just want YouTube to know that, since the president can say pussy, I'm going to say pussy too because I'm the one wearing the pussy. So in the meantime, I'm giving y'all this book and they do harm. They've been doing harm for years. They've been doing harm. And you had a doctor, Otis Webb Brawley, MD, that, with Paul Goldberg. This is one of my holy Bibles right here. I want y'all to go do this because I want y'all to know something. When we coming up, we knew we was going to have some shit because they did above ground and underground testing. And then when you get that little paper that says, by the time you reach 50 and if you're blah, blah age, you might have a thyroid problem. You might have kidney problem. We got all kind of problems because before this Supreme Court took anything from that report of the air, the water, and the
Chevron decision.
Before the Chevron decision, this land was messed up anyway. They did all kind of shit, and then the baby boomers paid for it. And now regulations, they want to regulate your life. Right. That's it. They want to control your life. Regulate it to death. They don't even want to give you a chance to breathe. They don't. And they proven that. So y'all can stay asleep over there. You all can sit up and say, well, she's black and she deserves to, not get a damn thing. Well, come, check time. All the white people out there, tell me about it. Because now we all fall under the contract as the worst decision made by Justice John Roberts with the immunity clause, with the immunity decision, and his representation not of John Marshall, but his representation of Roger B. Taney. I want y'all young people out there reading, because y'all need to read. Because, it shouldn't go down like this. It shouldn't. And we all, at this moment in time, we need to stick together. I don't care what religion. I don't care what color you are. You could be the alphabet soup. It's on. Because we got Roberts up there been trying to destroy our democracy for years.
Since the 1980s, during the civil rights in the 1980s.
He been wanting to crash the set. This is his shit. And he should be held accountable for it. Now go up there, make your decision, do what you need to do. But, just letting you know that it's people out here that read. Reading is fundamental. And all of us don't want to be taken out the box because you deciding somebody's life. Oh, I go get diagnosed with cancer. I got to put my head and pray to the porcelain God that I make it out to live this long to get to say, what? We don't even get cancer treatment because JFK over there and the Supreme Court deciding shit. And the Congress then just gave they push up to DJT. And, it ain't no need to really fight for your life because now, basically, they saying we own your life. We got money. We got money. We own your life. You have no rights. You have no free speech. And then you take free speech and stick it under this. Come on now. Come on, Roberts. Come on with it. Because this is bad. This is really bad.
It's worse than bad. It's evil. It's evil. We have to call it for what it truly is. It's evil.
So, like I said, I'm fighting for mental health. I'm fighting for the physical side because we're on both sides of the spectrum. And I just want Karen Ignifilo to know that, you know what? And Walsh, what's Senator Walsh, the one that ran for president?
Vice President, Governor Tim Walsh in Minnesota.
Governor Tim Walsh. I want you to know that I'm out here fighting for nonverbal learning disability. We had to go out there and get all type of assessments, money out the wazoo. Them assessments ain't cheap, And it's sad that when parents go in and the doctors already know when they leave who who's going to fight and who's not. It's just like you go in and they know who's going to fight for their life and who's not. To Wolf, they wrote the book.
Michael Wolff.
Michael Wolff, that's right. A reason and a purpose for my existence. Raison d'etre to you too, brother. Because I'm looking at y'all, the Daily Beast too. You can bring this shit. We can bring it. We're going to have to bring it this time, and we're going to have to fight. And you know what, Hakeem, don't get crazy. Because you know you're on my shit list. You and my boy.
Schumer.
Fight it out. Because like I say, I didn't come this damn far in my life for y'all to close the gate. I didn't come this far for the Supreme Court to decide that after I got all that shit on my chart, after fighting for my life, my kids' life, my grandkids' life, all my friends' families, that they decide who lives and dies. That's some bullshit, and they know it. Now, what the Supreme Court has done, the Roberts Court, it is horrible.
It's worse than horrible. It is be dangerous.
And you need to clean it up.
There is no cleaning up with these people.
And Kavanaugh, you got one more time to come out there with your allegedly womenizing and drinking. Allegedly, I would say alleged because I wasn't there. But evidently, a lot of people didn't want you in the Supreme Court, okay? And please, I don't even want to go with Thomas. Because you got 3 women sitting across from him that worked so hard to get to the Supreme Court to say, what the hell is this? He up here robbing everybody blind. That's crazy. Got all this money. It's not the
ultimate Stefan and the ultimate Stambo.
You know, it's not that you're serving the people. Nobody in this administration is serving the people, but the people then got tired. We the people tired. And if I have to call out, hey, somebody, y'all judges, give me 15 judges. That's what Legal AF want. That's what all of us, we need court reform. We need more judges. We need judges that's not making decisions for themselves and filling their pockets up, but we need judges that's going to fight for our nation and not tear up the Constitution, the rule of law, and sit there behind those names and say they originals, they federalists, they full of bullshit. And we know it now. So, to everybody out there, I don't say like and subscribe. I know y'all say the algorithm and all that, but my thing is I don't like none of this shit. I don't.
And I'm
but
not subscribing.
You say, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? Maybe this is our contribution to you. And whoever know, I just go over there and tell the billionaire that, drop me an orange apple. Give me something healthy, so that I can make it through this. But in the meantime, I just want you all to know that we're here and we're fighting. We're in this fight and we love our country. And we think that we've been dogged out. We've been lied to. MAGA's been lied to. It's a shame. It's a shame. And those women that were children, my God, it's a shame. It is absolutely a shame what this country has done. And you got we're going to have a lot of ugliness on our plate this time. The United States got to live with a lot of ugliness. But shout out to our allies. I hope they're watching. And the bottom line is, we're tired of the shit. We are really tired. We're tired of mass people. We're tired of people that don't have the expertise. And I'm still trying to find out, once you close those precedents down, how you going to be judge, jury, executioner, and trying to regulate all this when you all can barely get y'all shit on the docket. And once y'all get it, y'all use those shadow dockets. You're not even deciding y'all's cases properly. But yet and still, you just going to take over all this and kill the experts. Because now you all then became an expert in every damn thing. Wow. Check yourself, Roberts. Check yourself. Because like I said, I want my babies. I want the world to know who did this to our Constitution. I want the world to know who done this to the rule of law. And I want the Epstein files to come out. Because I wasn't even interested in it. When I heard this story, I thought, oh my God. But you know what? It needs to come out. And if the judges or whoever up there in it, hey, they need to go down too. They need to go down too. That's it. All this hatred kills. Hatred is a cancer. Hatred destroys. You watching it right before your eyes what hatred could do. Everybody that ain't got much love for this country, they going down. Hatred, that's what hatred do. That's what hatred does.
And indifference.
And you can't stay focused when you hate like that. You can't stay focused. You can't. And guess what? Hatred takes you out of reality. It takes you out of reality. That's what hatred does. Now, I'm in the real world. Because I want my girls from I-Hip to know that when I go to the mirror, and you know when them sisters out there talking about they broke their nail, well, I pull up my shirt. The reality is that, you know, titties are missing. And the bottom line is, shout out to them. I still got great muscle mass. I still have, and the titty ain't going to grow back. And that's real. I keep it real up here. I keep it real. And I know it's one on the other side or whatever, and that shit can cross over. Don't let it bust out its cell and metastasize. Just like this shit has metastasized in our country. From Congress, who used to be one of the branches, and now you got the people coming after you. You were scared to go out there and meet the people. Now they going to come for you. If you coming for us, they coming for you. Because you know what? I pray and hope that that woman's children don't pass away. I hope we done already lost. They had money for U.S. aid, and what? That money was not released back to U.S. aid, and all those people over there dying. You know, that was horrible. But this is Robert's legacy. This is the Roberts Court's legacy. But 3 ladies up there, shout out to them. Name them, Woo.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, Eladia Kagan, and Sonia Sotomayor.
You're not part of their legacy. You're not. The Sinister Six and Roberts, this y'all shit. You done wheel my boy in. Everybody see it. Everybody in the world see it. And if you want to walk around in your robe and do your 1857 shit, go ahead. Go ahead. Because you got a lot to live with. Now, you know, all those attorneys over there may not talk to you like this. Might sound like music to your ears. But the bottom line is what I read tonight said that every psychiatrist, every doctor have said that this would upend these kids' life. So if that's what your plan is, since you done took control over the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the water we drink, and want to regulate that, you basically saying that you want to regulate our lives to hell. You want to take us out, and it's okay to do it, because y'all the rich dudes, y'all the robber barons. And I want to tell everybody out there, you, no matter how much money you got, if you can't control your own shit, please don't try to control ours. Please don't take our children out the box. And to all you people that voted for the big, beautiful bill, when you got to face your constituent, it's going to be hell to pay. It's going to be hell to pay. And Schumer, you better hold the line. Because if you don't, we'll come for your Fruit of the Looms. I don't know if, allegedly, if you wear Fruit of the Looms or whatever, but, you know, I know you probably ain't wearing Tommy John's or Cool Breeze. But anywho, hold the line. Hold it. I don't care what Mike Johnson over there saying. They done already outed him as gay, allegedly. They done outed, who else as gay?
Senator Tim Scott, another coon from South Carolina.
And they outing all these people as gay. But these are the very people that's sitting up there talking about, LGBTQ+, but yet and still, they need to be converged and come on out the closet. You know, it's 2025. If you know what? If Justice Roberts wasn't living in the past, y'all might have a pathway, because they don't really like this shit. Y'all could come out the closet if y'all was in 2025 and kick it. Y'all can kick it, but y'all can't, because y'all got people over there with money saying that, oh, this is terrible. No, what's terrible is God on a retribution tour, which we know God don't go on a retribution tour, and all these people getting jammed up like this. That's horrible. Just, I would appreciate if John Roberts had the nerve to just come out and say, let's just kill them all. I can't stand it. This is too much. Because that don't make him an alpha male. No, it don't. So I didn't went off on the deep end. I had to go get more hair because I'm over there like Joy and what's my girl in the Senate? All the pretty bald women. And Joy's not bald. She got beautiful hair on her head.
Representative Alana Presley is a congresswoman from Massachusetts.
Because I just going to tell you, ain't nobody asked me for no hair. That was a bad blowjob. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here because I don't want to give nobody no water at this time and act like the color purple. If you ain't seen the movie, you'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I want everybody to start knowing, listening, learning, so they won't get jacked, dicked up. Because that's what dicta is. Just making some shit up. That's all. Ain't that right, Michael Popot? Michael said, don't drag me into this shit. Michael over there doing commercials. And I don't want this Star Decisive shit, follow the leader, because these judges, and I don't like to say the lower court, they like, dude, we're not trying to go along with this shit. We don't believe this. Yeah, what the stuff y'all doing, y'all taking people out. Y'all blowing up the judges' houses. Y'all sending out pizza boxes. What the hell? What the hell? But we tired of it. And Kavanaugh, you know what? We people too. We want to know what's going on because we tired of your arrogance. I'm trying to figure out how you going to get arrogance on somebody when you allegedly was the one coming in with being drunk.
And not only that, assaulted Cosby Browsey Ford, too.
And didn't even let those women come in. So, you need to chill. You need to chill. And Clarence, I ain't going to even, because see, I've been it'd be a black woman's fight. We take off our wig, we take off our earring, and we ready to box with your ass. That's what we ready to do. When I think of Clarence, I just can't help to think that he wrote that book, We Are Equal. You know damn well, Chester Cheetah, we ain't equal.
That's the ultimate. He's the godfather of Stambo.
But in a minute, I went off the deep edge, and Michael Popak, we do need those 15 judges. We need court reform. We don't need people deciding our life. When you didn't fought chronic kidney disease, or when you didn't fought when you've been on the opposite side of the spectrum, and your kids have Asperger, autism, NLVD, pervasive developmental delays, and that ain't even on the damn chart. But in the meantime, I'm gonna tell y'all about that story too and why it's not on the chart. But in the meantime, I want all these psychiatrists out here to know that, you know what, I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for you because this is a damn shame. This is a shame. This is a shame. And you all already have said that this would hurt these children. And when Mr. Man placked that decision, all he said is he intentionally wanted to hurt them because he could not accept these children, who they've become. He couldn't accept it. Because like I say, he back there in 1857. He's not a Justice Marshall. He's a Tawny. That's who he is. And he got to live with that. That's who I'm going to see him as for the rest of my life. That's who he is. And that's it. And I'm not going with that federalist and originalist shit. That's some messed up labels. We know who you are. Straight up, straight out racist. In robes.
Ku Klux Klan in black robes.
They might think they represent us. But we not no clans. We don't belong to them. But in the meantime, we spoke our piece. And we read it. We want y'all to know because this will take the children out. You done took the women out over on the Epstein side. Now you're trying to take LGBTQ out. Everything that involves a child. You're trying to kill. You're trying to kill. Because what? They won't mentor your ways? Because the way we're bringing them up, want our Constitution to be intact, wanting the rule of law to be intact. So I went way over my time, and I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. And I wanted the world to know. And they'll shout out to LGBTQ plus. If you got any more alphabets, I don't want to leave nobody out, but I'm just saying that we are the opposite end of the spectrum. We are the mental health side and the physical side, both sides. It's kind of nice to have two sides of the coin. And if you saw my channel, I had said 911 health because I knew when I named the channel, every damn thing ain't no emergency. Everything ain't no emergency, but it was made an emergency to get all DJT shit passed, and now everybody's upset. But before I go, the key word this time, before you pull that voting level, the key word this time is what, Vondell? Allegedly what?
He's a pedophile.
Allegedly, we don't know. We wasn't there. But when you think about it, when you pull that level, you know, he got all kind of titles behind him. But don't get stupid, because we have to learn these lessons. And we got a lot of history lessons. So in the meantime, Roberts, clean it up.
He ain't going to clean it up.
Congress, you need to clean it up. Because you got, boy, if something happened to them kids, I'm telling you, Mike. I'm telling you, Mike. I don't care if you got on panties or shorts. It don't matter to me what you're wearing. But, you know, let some of these kids go out. It's on Congress.
It's on the Republicans. And
Y'all had all this power, and this is what you did with your damn power. You had all this power. This could have been over with long time ago. It didn't even have to go this far. And anytime MAGA is changing their mind, MAGA's becoming woke, something's seriously wrong. Because now MAGA feel like even before they come on, they making a statement, before you kill me, before you know, what's with that? So on that note, you all stay safe. Like we're the opposite end of the spectrum. We're fighting for mental health and physical health. And we just want these doctors to know that when you go in for any diagnostic assessment, we don't get no one assessment. You might be NLBD, but you might have a problem with your coordination, which affects the nervous system. So I just want y'all to know I've been out here for a long time. I may not have been on YouTube, but the bottom line is I know some shit. And the reason why I know some shit, because I lived this shit. And I don't like living this shit again. That's all. I didn't want these young people out here to have to go through what we went through. Yeah, like I said, we didn't have Gloria Aldrich. We didn't have Karen Ignifilo. We didn't have Dina Dow. When some shit happened to us, people used to say, shit happened.
So, and to be fair, there was no tools like YouTube or all this stuff at that time either, to be fair.
So, people, I don't care what side y'all on. It's time for all of us to come together and get woke. Get woke before Justice John Roberts and Congress burn this bitch down. Because we had three branches. We had three branches. We don't have that anymore. But now that you see people begging and people from the military, why they gotta beg? They fought for their country. And they gotta suffer like this? What the hell? Roberts, get on it. Get on it. Because you know what? You've lost a lot of respect, baby. You lost a lot of respect. I ain't got to tell you that. You know that. But like you say, you so busy with the power play and the robber barons up there that, you know, you think that you going to control all these people's lives? I don't think so. Because you know what? Black people hard to control. And I'm going to just tell you. So,
Hispanics too.
But I'm just letting you know. But in the meantime, do your thing. But whatever decision you make, it's on you. All eyes on you, as Tupac say. All eyes on you. And on that note, we're going to go and shout out to my favorite team over there. And I just want to say to Lawrence O, to Rachel, to Ari, to Nicole, and to Michael Steele, the other Simone. You all have done a hell of a job. And it's time to come home. Let them have they bullshit ass network, because they ain't gonna tell the truth. They ain't telling the truth. We lost faith. You didn't come with the truth, and you ain't showing what needs to be showed, and we know that. And y'all's ratings have just shit. Y'all dead. But the people that I love, that been my dogs for many years, y'all come on home. Come on over here. As they say, come on over to the LMM side. Don't do that because they had a warning and killed everybody. They didn't let people know. But in the meantime, y'all come over here to Substack. Get in with the
independent media.
Independent media. Get in with them. And on that note, like I said, she said that 20 times. On that note, we're out.